All right, so are you ready to dive into this world of online trading?
I am.
Because today we're really going to go deep on expert option.
Sounds good.
Now, you've mentioned you're kind of curious about trading, but
Yes.
it can feel a bit overwhelming, right?
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
It really is. Like, where do you even begin?
Right.
It can feel like learning a whole new language.
Absolutely.
But that's why we're here.
Yeah.
We've got you covered.
Okay, great.
We've been doing a ton of research on expert option and getting up to speed on this whole thing.
Awesome.
And trust me, there are some surprises in store. But
Interesting.
let's start with the basics.
Okay.
What exactly is expert option?
Well, you can think of it kind of like a digital marketplace, but instead of like clothes or gadgets,
Okay.
you're trading financial assets, things like stocks, commodities, currencies,
Right.
even crypto.
So it's like a one-stop shop for all things trading.
Exactly. It's all in one place.
That sounds pretty convenient, I have to say.
Mm.
But I'm guessing it's not quite as simple as clicking a button and just
Definitely not.
watching the money roll in, is it?
There's definitely some strategy involved.
Okay.
There's a bit of a learning curve for sure.
Right.
And of course, like with anything in the financial world, there are some inherent risks that we should talk about.
Okay, so let's say I'm ready to, test the waters here.
Right.
What's that first step?
Okay.
With expert option, do I need like a finance degree just to sign up?
No, not at all.
Right.
Setting up an account is surprisingly straightforward.
Okay.
You can just use your email.
Okay.
You can even connect it with your Google or Facebook account.
So it's very user-friendly.
Yes, exactly. Very user-friendly.
Okay, that's good to know.
And actually, speaking of user-friendly,
Yeah.
one of the things that really impressed me about Expert Option is their demo account.
Ooh, a demo account. Tell me more.
Yeah, so basically, it's a way for you to learn the ropes, completely risk-free.
Okay.
They give you this virtual money to play around with.
Oh.
So you can really explore the platform.
Okay.
Try different trading strategies, see what works for you, what doesn't,
Okay.
without actually risking any of your real money.
So it's like a flight simulator for traders.
Exactly.
You can practice taking off and landing
Yeah.
before you're actually,
In the air.
in the air with your real money.
Exactly, yeah. You don't want to crash and burn.
No. Yeah.
And it's especially great for getting comfortable with those trading charts.
Yeah.
Because those can seem a little intimidating, when you first start out.
Okay, so let's say I've, aced my demo account training.
Right.
I'm feeling confident enough to actually trade with real money.
Okay.
What happens next?
Well, then you would need to fund your account.
Okay.
And Expert Option offers a lot of different ways to do this.
Yeah.
You can use a credit card,
Yep.
e-wallets, even cryptocurrencies.
So many options. Okay, that's pretty convenient, but I'm guessing you probably have some expert advice on, like, how much to deposit for that first real money trade.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And it's actually where a lot of beginners, they kind of stumble.
Okay.
The key here is don't go all in.
Right.
Trading always involves risk,
Okay.
so it's best to start small.
Okay.
Even consider using what's called the 1% rule.
The 1% rule, what is that?
Okay, so the 1% rule is a simple but really powerful risk management strategy
Right.
where you basically never risk more than 1% of your total account balance
Okay.
on a single trade.
Oh, I see.
So, for example, if you had, let's say, $1,000 in your account,
Okay.
your maximum risk for any given trade would be $10.
So you're not wiping yourself out
Exactly.
off the bat.
Yeah, it helps protect you from those big losses, especially when you're just starting out.
Okay, so it's like dipping your toe in the water instead of like, cannonballing into the deep end.
Exactly. It's all about managing that risk and protecting your capital.
Okay, so I've deposited a reasonable amount. I'm feeling good about my risk management.
All right.
Now I need to pick what I actually want to trade.
Right.
But expert option has so many choices.
Yeah, they do.
It's like a financial buffet.
Hmm.
Stocks, gold, oil, Bitcoin.
It can feel overwhelming, I know.
Where do I even begin?
Yeah, so instead of, piling your plate with everything,
Okay.
start with something that you understand.
Okay.
Think about like your interests, your knowledge base.
Okay.
Do you follow a particular company? Are you passionate about a certain industry?
Okay.
Is there a commodity that you use every day? Or a cryptocurrency you've been hearing buzz about?
Okay.
Familiarity can actually give you a little bit of an edge when you're first starting out.
So I shouldn't just randomly pick a stock because it has a cool sounding name.
Probably not the best strategy.
Okay.
Understanding at least the fundamentals of what you're trading is really key.
Okay, I pick my asset. I'm staring at this chart,
Okay.
which I have to admit still looks a little bit like, a mountain range after an earthquake.
Yeah, they can be a little confusing.
How do I predict whether the price is going to go up or down? Do I need a crystal ball for this part?
Well, that's where technical analysis comes in.
Okay.
So think of technical analysis as a way to read the language of the market,
Okay.
to identify patterns and trends
Okay.
that can help you make smarter trading decisions.
Oh.
And Expert Option actually provides you with a range of tools and indicators to help you do just that.
Indicators. So it's not just random guessing.
Not at all.
There are actual clues to help us decipher these charts.
Exactly.
Okay, this is getting interesting.
Yeah, it's like having a secret decoder ring for the market.
Uh, all right, I'm officially intrigued.
Great.
So let's talk more about these indicators. What are some examples, and how do they actually work?
Okay, great question.
But you know what? I think this is a good place to pause. And we can pick up this fascinating thread in part 2. So see you soon.
Sounds good.
All right. So welcome back to our Expert Option adventure. Last time we were talking about those mysterious clues that can help us make sense of these trading charts.
Yeah, the technical indicators.
Exactly. And I have to say, I'm very intrigued to learn more about how these things work.
Well, these indicators are like having a superpower
Okay.
when it comes to analyzing market movements.
Right.
They help you see beyond all the noise
All right.
and spot potential opportunities.
So spill the beans. What are some of these powerful indicators?
Okay.
And how do they work their magic?
All right, well, let's start with a classic one, the moving average,
Okay.
or MA for short.
MA. Okay.
And basically, it's a line on the chart that smooths out all the price fluctuations over a certain period of time.
Okay.
And it shows you the overall trend.
Okay.
Think of it like you're tracking a speedboat
Okay.
that's zipping across a choppy lake, right?
Okay.
The boat's path is kind of erratic, but the MA is like drawing a line that represents the boat's general direction,
Okay.
helping you see where it's headed despite all the waves.
So if the price is kind of dancing above that MA line, that's probably a good sign for
Exactly.
buyers.
Yeah, it suggests that the asset is in an uptrend.
Okay. And conversely, if it's below.
Yeah, if the price is consistently below the MA, it could signal a downtrend.
So the MA is kind of like our trend compass.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. But I'm guessing there are other indicators that can give us even more information, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So another really popular one is called the Relative Strength Index,
Okay.
or RSI.
RSI.
Yeah, and this one measures the strength of the price movements,
Okay.
and it helps you identify what are called overbought or oversold conditions.
Overbought and oversold. That sounds like we're at the grocery store,
I know, right?
not trading stocks.
But think of it like a thermometer for the market.
Okay.
So a high RSI reading, let's say above 70,
Okay.
suggests that the asset might be getting a little overheated. Okay.
And could be due for a cool down or a potential price drop.
Okay.
Conversely, a low RSI, like below 30, could indicate that the asset is oversold
Okay.
and might be a good buying opportunity.
Oh, so it's like finding those stocks on sale. Sign me up for the bargain bin.
Now, there's one that's a bit more advanced, but it can give you a real edge.
Okay.
And it's called the MCD.
MED.
Yeah, which stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
I know, right? It's a lot.
What makes the MACD so special?
Well, it helps you spot changes in momentum,
Okay.
which can be crucial for timing your entries and exits.
Okay.
So the MACD has these two lines
Okay.
that fluctuate around a center line,
Right?
and when those lines cross, it can signal a potential shift
Okay.
in the market's direction.
Interesting.
It's like watching two race cars,
Okay.
and when one car overtakes the other, it kind of indicates a change in leadership
Okay.
and a potential shift in the race's outcome. So it's all about spotting those momentum shifts, those moments when the market's changing gears.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how these indicators can be so powerful.
Yeah, that can be really helpful.
But before we go full-on race car driver here,
Yeah.
let's talk about trading styles.
Okay.
Because I know last time we briefly touched on a couple different approaches,
Yeah.
but let's explore those a bit deeper.
Sure.
How do I know which style is right for me? Is it like, choosing a dance partner? Do I go for the waltz or the tango?
It is. It really is like that. Your trading style should fit your personality and lifestyle.
Okay.
So, for example, if you're someone who loves fast-paced action,
Okay.
you love analyzing charts,
Okay.
you can make quick decisions under pressure, then day trading might be your jam.
Day trading, that sounds intense.
It is intense. Day traders are like those sprinters, in and out of positions within the same day,
Wow.
aiming to capitalize on those short-term price fluctuations.
So they're constantly monitoring the market,
They are
reacting to every little piece of news.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
It's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Okay, day trading, definitely not for me. I'm more of a, set it and forget it kind of person.
Right, I understand.
Is there a trading style for the more laid-back folks like myself?
Absolutely. So swing trading might be more your speed.
Okay.
Swing traders are like the marathon runners.
Okay.
They hold positions for a few days, weeks, maybe even months,
Right?
aiming to ride those bigger price swings.
Oh, okay.
They're less concerned with those minute-by-minute fluctuations and more focused on those trends and patterns that develop over time.
So swing trading is kind of like being a surfer, catching those bigger waves. I like the sound of that.
Exactly. It's a more relaxed approach,
Great.
but it still requires analysis and discipline.
Of course.
You need to be patient, wait for the right setups, and manage your risks carefully.
Okay, so we've got the sprinters, we've got the marathon runners. What about the folks who just want to make a quick buck?
Yeah, there's a style for that too.
They're called scalpers.
Scalpers.
And they're think of them like lightning-fast fencers.
Yeah.
Making rapid trades for small profits, sometimes holding positions for just seconds or minutes.
Wow, that sounds like it requires nerves of steel.
It does. Scalpers need to be incredibly focused. They have those lightning-fast reflexes, and they need a really deep understanding of market dynamics.
Right.
They're looking for those tiny little price discrepancies, exploiting them for those quick gains.
So we've got sprinters, marathon runners, and fencers. This trading world is quite the sporting event.
It really is.
But, okay, let's say I've chosen my trading style.
Okay.
I've identified my asset. I'm ready to make a move.
Okay.
How do I actually execute a trade on Expert Option? Is there like a big red button that says, make me rich?
I wish it were that easy.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's a little more nuanced than that.
Okay.
But the trading interface on Expert Option is actually designed to be very intuitive.
All right, that's good.
But, it's important to understand the different components. Okay, so walk us through it.
Okay.
What are the key things that we need to know?
So first, you'll select the asset you want to trade, whether that's a stock, a currency pair, a commodity, you name it.
Okay.
Then you'll decide if you want to go long or short.
Long or short? Sounds like we're ordering coffee.
Right. But think of it this way. Going long means you're betting that the price will go up.
Okay.
You're essentially buying the asset with the expectation of selling it later at a higher price.
Well,
Going short means you're betting the price will go down.
okay.
Essentially, you're borrowing the asset and selling it,
Okay.
hoping to buy it back later at a lower price to make a profit.
Ah, so it's all about anticipating which way the market's going to move.
Exactly.
But how much do I actually invest in each trade? Is it like betting at a casino where I throw down a stack of chips and just, hope for the best?
Well, that's where risk management comes back into play.
Okay.
Remember that 1% rule.
Yes.
That's your starting point.
Right.
Never risk more than 1% of your account on a single trade.
No matter how confident I'm feeling.
Exactly, because even the most seasoned traders, they can't predict the market with 100% certainty.
Of course, of course.
So
we've got our asset, we've got our direction, we've got our investment amount.
right.
What's next? Do I just click a button and cross my fingers?
Not so fast. Before you execute that trade,
Yeah.
you need to set what's called a stop-loss order.
Stop-loss order.
This is crucial for protecting your capital and managing your risk.
Okay, now remind me again, because I know we talked about stop-loss orders before, but what makes them so important?
Okay, so a stop-loss order is like setting a safety net for your trade.
Yeah.
It automatically closes your position if the price moves against you by a certain amount, so it limits your potential losses.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, you buy a stock at $10 a share,
Okay.
and you set your stop-loss order at $9.50.
Okay.
If the price drops to $9.50, your trade will automatically close,
Okay.
and you'll only lose 50 cents a share, instead of potentially watching it plummet even further.
Ah, so it's like having an emergency break for my trades.
Exactly. Yeah, it can really save you.
That's relief. But how do I know where to set my stop loss? Is there a magic formula?
There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Okay.
But a good rule of thumb is to look for what are called support and resistance levels on the chart.
Support and resistance.
Yeah, these are price points where the market has historically struggled to break through,
Okay.
acting kind of like floors and ceilings
Okay.
for the asset's price.
I see.
You can also use some technical indicators like the average true range to help you determine an appropriate stop-loss level based on the asset's volatility.
So using those indicators to find those key price points and setting our stop loss accordingly.
Exactly.
I'm starting to feel like a real trader here, but I have to admit, this is a lot to process.
It is. It's a lot of information.
Is there anything else we need to know before we hit that execute trade button?
One last thing. Consider using what's called a trailing stop-loss order.
A trailing stop loss, okay.
Yeah, so this type of order moves with your trade as it becomes profitable.
Okay.
So it locks in your gains as the price moves in your favor.
So it's like a safety net that's expanding as my profits are growing. I like that.
Exactly. It's like you're walking your dog on a retractable leash.
Okay.
As your dog moves further away from you, the leash extends, giving your dog more freedom to explore.
Right.
But if your dog starts running toward danger, the leash automatically retracts, preventing your dog from getting too far away.
I get it. So it's protecting me from giving back those hard-earned gains.
Exactly.
Okay, brilliant. I'm feeling much more confident about executing trades now.
Good.
But I'm also realizing that this is like a continuous learning process.
It is. It never stops.
What are some ways that I can keep improving my skills and knowledge?
Well, that's a great question, and it brings us to one of the coolest features of Expert Option.
Okay.
Their social trading platform.
Oh, yeah. I remember we mentioned that before. It's like, Facebook for traders?
Kinda, yeah.
Where we can swap trading tips and brag about our wins.
Yeah, you can definitely do that, but it's more than just bragging rights. Social trading allows you to connect with and learn from other traders from around the world.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can see what they're trading,
Okay.
follow their strategies,
Interesting.
even copy their trades if you choose.
Wait, hold on. Copy their trade. So I can just piggyback on the success of these like more experienced traders. That sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, it's not a guaranteed path to riches,
Okay.
but it can be a fantastic way to learn from those who've already found success.
Okay.
Think of it like having a trading mentor built right into the platform.
I like that. A built-in mentor.
Yeah.
Okay, so this social trading thing is definitely something I want to explore further.
Yeah, it's a great tool.
But before we get lost in, the social media of trading, I think we need to address the elephant in the room.
Okay, what's that?
Those tempting bonuses that Expert Option offers.
Oh, yeah, those can be enticing.
Right. Are they the real deal, or should I be wary?
That's a great question to wrap up part 2 with.
Okay.
We'll dive into those details of bonuses, along with other potential pitfalls to watch out for,
Okay.
in our final part.
All right, stay tuned. All right, so we are back for the final part of our Expert Option deep dive. I feel like we've already learned so much.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
Right. From deciphering those charts to choosing a trading style that really fits, your personality and your lifestyle.
Yeah, it's been great.
And, of course, we can't forget about those enticing bonuses that Expert Option offers. That's what we left off on last time.
Their bonuses.
Are they the golden ticket to trading success?
Mm.
Or there's some hidden traps that we need to be aware of?
Well, it's always smart to be a little skeptical,
Right.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
Especially in the financial world.
Especially in the financial world, exactly.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Okay.
What types of bonuses does Expert Option offer?
Okay. So they have a few different types. Like deposit matches, where they'll match a percentage of your deposit,
Okay.
or risk-free trades, where they cover potential losses on certain trades.
So it sounds pretty tempting, especially for new traders who want to boost their starting capital.
It does. It sounds very attractive.
Who wouldn't want to double their money before they even place a trade?
Right.
But you're saying there are some strings attached?
Exactly. Always, always read those terms and conditions carefully.
Right.
Often there are what are called wagering requirements.
Okay.
Meaning you need to trade a certain volume
Oh.
or meet specific conditions before you can actually withdraw any of those bonus funds.
Ah, so it's not just free money that you can cash out immediately.
Right. You have to put in a little work.
There's some work involved.
Yes.
Okay, so bonuses can be helpful,
They can.
especially if you understand the terms
Yes.
and use them strategically. But they shouldn't be your primary focus.
Definitely not.
Don't get blinded by those shiny bonus offers, right?
Right.
Focus on the fundamentals,
Yeah.
building your skills,
Yeah.
managing your risk,
Exactly.
developing a solid trading strategy. Those are the real keys to success.
I completely agree.
Speaking of success, We've talked a lot about what to do,
We have.
but what about those common mistakes
Oh, yeah, those are important too.
that can trip up even experienced traders? Let's air out that dirty laundry.
Let's do it.
What are some things that we should be watching out for?
Well, one of the biggest traps, and we've touched on this before, is overtrading.
Overtrading, right?
You know, it's like that feeling when you're on a winning streak at the casino
Yes.
and you think you're invincible.
Right.
You start making those impulsive bets.
Yes.
And before you know it,
You've lost it all.
You've lost it all.
So even when you're feeling confident, it's crucial to stick to your plan.
yes,
Manage your risk.
absolutely.
Avoid going on that trading spree.
Don't get carried away.
Right. Okay. Another common mistake,
Okay.
ignoring those stop loss orders.
Oh, yeah, big one.
Right.
I know they might seem annoying at first.
Yeah.
Like they're limiting your potential profits.
Right.
But trust me, they're there to protect you.
They're like that safety harness that keeps you from falling off a cliff, even if you trip.
A perfect analogy.
Speaking of safety, we've got to talk about diversifying your portfolio.
Yes, the old don't put all your eggs in one basket advice.
Exactly, but how does that apply to trading?
Well, it's all about spreading your risk.
Okay.
Instead of betting everything on one single asset,
Right.
you want to diversify your investments across different markets, different industries,
Okay.
even different asset classes.
So that if one area takes a hit,
Right.
your entire portfolio isn't wiped out.
Exactly. It's like having a backup generator for your finances.
I like that. Okay, what other mistakes should we try to avoid?
Well, chasing losses is a big one.
Chasing losses. Okay.
It's that emotional trap where you have a losing trade.
Right.
And instead of just accepting the loss, you try to make it back immediately
Right.
by jumping into another risky trade.
Oh, and it often leads to that downward spiral of bad decisions.
So no revenge trading.
No revenge trading.
Okay.
Accept the loss, analyze what went wrong,
Learn from it.
learn from it, and move on.
Okay. No overtrading. Use those stop loss orders. Diversify like a pro. And accept that losses are just part of the game.
Those are the key takeaways.
Got it. Any other words of caution before we wrap things up?
Yeah, just one last thing. Watch out for scams and get-rich-quick schemes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the financial world, it's full of shady characters who prey on people looking for easy money.
All right.
If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Right. Remember, there's no shortcut to success in trading.
Exactly.
It takes time, effort, and a willingness to constantly learn and adapt.
Well said.
Well, I have to say, this expert option deep dive has been an eye-opener.
I'm glad to hear that.
We've covered so much.
We have.
I'm feeling way more confident about navigating this whole online trading world.
That's great. That's what we like to hear.
Now remember, Expert Option has a ton of resources to support you.
They do?
Along the way, take advantage of their educational materials.
Yeah.
Explore that social trading platform.
Right. Connect with other traders.
And don't be afraid to reach out to their customer support if you have any questions.
They're there to help.
Right. There's a whole community out there ready to support you.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe someday you'll be the one sharing your trading wisdom
I hope so.
on the Expert Options social feed.
That would be great.
But until then, remember, everything we've talked about today, manage your risk and never stop learning.
Those are the keys.
The markets are constantly evolving, so staying curious and adaptable is key.
You got it.
All right, folks, that's a wrap on our Expert Option adventure. We hope you've enjoyed the ride and are feeling empowered to take on this exciting world of online trading.
It's an exciting world out there.
And hey, if you hit it big, don't forget about your 2 intrepid podcast guides.
We'll be here.
Until next time, happy trading.
Happy trading, everyone.